Walsh recently did a campus tour where he debated some of the LGBT, ABC, DEF transformers at a recent campus tour, and quite a few clips of him destroying the ABC people went viral. And tonight, live, we are going to react to the most popular clip recently today going around of him debating this one transformer who is apparently an EMT. This is an ambulance, medical operative person, EMT. So let's play the footage here.
How would you define a woman? Because you've asked other people up here to define how we would define a woman. How would you define a woman, Mr. Walsh?
An adult human female.
Correct.
And how don't trans people, how doesn't a transgender woman fit that definition?
Female.
Because they're not.
Correct. They're
not female.
females.
They have. You said that you are a biological male, correct?
I said I'm transgender. I might be intersex for all we know. About almost as many people in the world are transgender as intersex.
So, just to kind of contextualize here, again, this person is an EMT. So this is a person, again, that if you call 911, you're having a heart attack, medical emergency, whatever, this is the apparently type of person. This is one of the people who would hypothetically show up to resuscitate you. So make your own judgments there. I'm just pointing that out. Okay, just an observation, just a statement of fact. Interpret that as you will.
And well, a lot of people don't know.
Well, but that's a different conversation. Intersex, that's a genetic anomaly. That's a medical condition. So that's a completely different conversation. That's also not a third gender. That's a genetic anomaly that occurs within the sex binary of male and female.
Correct. If someone is born with a birth defect, it doesn't change what the normal state of human existence is. We say they have a disorder, illness, genetic disorder, whatever it is. But yeah.
So what you're saying is that a quote-unquote trans woman is a female?
By the definitions I'm familiar with, yes.
So how would you define female?
Through my training in healthcare, there are...
So this is what they're being taught in healthcare? Okay.
Several...
Really trust the healthcare system, right? Seriously, you guys honestly try your best to stay as healthy as possible, because I don't know if you're going to be able to rely on doctors and EMTs and whatever it is coming very soon to the United States. Right now we have one of the better healthcare systems in the country and in the world, I mean. But let's see how long that lasts, okay?
Different categories for how we define sex. People bring up chromosomes. People also bring up hormone levels. People bring up all sorts of other categories. Lots of people don't fit neatly.
All of which vindicate the two genders. Natural doesn't, I don't know.
Into a gender binary. Even people we don't consider to be intersex. It's a complicated spectrum.
Yes, some women produce more testosterone, some men produce more estrogen, vice versa, A, B, C, D. But that doesn't change chromosomes. It doesn't change, there's averages, but we can still discern what a man and a woman is. Come on.
It's not complicated, but you also didn't define. So what is a woman? What is a female? What do these words mean?
Right, because if it's defined by hormone level, let's just say as one example, then is it like, because there's some overlap. Obviously, you're going to have some women who produce more testosterone, men who produce more estrogen. Is it just a hormonal cutoff? At a certain level of testosterone production, you become a man biologically. But then that would invalidate how people identify, because then it's not about how you identify. It doesn't make any sense. What she said doesn't make any sense.
It's complicated, and I know you're not going to like that answer, but that's because there are no simple answers in human biology.
Let me ask you a question.
You guys,
hang
on. Just let me finish. You guys like to bring up high school level biology classes a lot. I get that a lot, but people who go on to more complicated biology classes will talk about sex as a spectrum.
It's not. It's not.
Well,
Is that really being taught in biology nowadays, though? I feel like it's being taught more in social science. Now, inevitably, there's a point where biology becomes so politicized that it's taught this. But there's no biological basis for you can't biologically prove the existence of two-spirit penguin or whatever the genders are now.
It's not. It's not.
Well, biological researchers would disagree with you.
Well, and they're full of shit, the ones that would say that.
This is 100% the correct response. Now, people might say, well, proof though, study, where's the source? Here's the problem. Okay, here's the problem. For a while, it was easy to just win this transgender debate as a conservative because you could say, well, what do the actual biologists say? What does the actual science say? But do you understand this? This was always going to be an inevitability. It was a matter of time. I don't know if now is the point, but it was always going to be a matter of time, and it still is going to be a matter of time that the biologists, the biological researchers are simply paid or coerced or whatever it is to just go out there and say, well, actually, sex is not binary and all that nonsense, right? And so that's why it's actually an important response and a decent response, in my opinion, by Matt Walsh. Cussing, whatever, but it's still basically the correct response, because there's going to hit a certain point where the actual biologists start saying the opposite, and we as conservatives need to be strong enough to say you're wrong and it's made up and it's fake, right? This is, and you could say, well, that's not real science, but what are they going to say? Well, you're not a biologist. How can I know? You can't define woman better than a biologist can. Yeah, you can, because they're lying and it's not real, and you can observe through our natural eyes, and we know it intuitively all to be true. It doesn't even matter what the biologists say, in my opinion. And this is a reality of human existence that you can easily observe. So, by the way, be sure to leave a like on the stream or the replay, whatever you're watching right now.
All right.
There are male gametes and female gametes. Oh, I had one last question.
Wait, Mr. Walsh, can I ask a question?
I just have one. I have one quick. Can you come back for 1 second? Because this is an important question. You said you're an EMT.
Yes.
Okay, if you're responding,
Dear gosh,
you're responding to a health emergency. Biological male, somebody with a penis, is having a medical emergency, and they say to you, "I think I'm having a miscarriage." Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
boom. Ding, 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 ding. It's the one and only DOGG. Real. Many MLG Sigma compilations will be made of this for years to come.
No, but that's because some people don't have body parts. Doesn't mean they're not a woman.
Okay. Sounds like we've established there are some people who, in principle, can get pregnant, and there are some people who can't.
Correct.
So there's two categories, otherwise known as binary.
Lots of women can't get pregnant either.
Yeah, but they're still of the nature to get pregnant. The only
But
reason
they can't get pregnant.
Yes, but
truth matters, right?
it does. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Truth matters, and they can't get pregnant. That's the truth. So how are they still women?
Okay, and you don't have a vagina, so there's a degree of hierarchies. But Matt Walsh gives the perfect response. I'll just let him explain it.
Because they are for the same reason that I can rightly say that human beings have two legs. And if a person is born with only one leg, that doesn't call into question the statement that human beings have two legs, okay? A person being born with one leg doesn't mean that now legs are on a spectrum, and we can't say anything at all about how many legs a person has. Who knows? They could be a centipede. They could have 100 legs. No, we know human beings have two legs. If a human is born without two legs, something went wrong. They were supposed to have that second leg. Something went wrong.
Correct, and even perhaps the can or cannot get pregnant, if you want to get really into the nerdy semantics of it, perhaps that in itself is not even the correct statement. The truly correct statement would be basically to say that it's a matter of whether or not they have the organs that are biologically designed for pregnancy, right? The vagina is designed for what? For insemination. And then, you have the uterus, all that stuff, the womb, that is designed for the purpose of pregnancy. That's what is biologically designed, among other things, perhaps, to do, right? That's the difference, okay? So they are born with the organs that are biologically designed to create birth, to give birth, and to get pregnant and all that stuff, So it still doesn't matter if they're infertile or they're not able to get pregnant. The fact of the matter is they are born with the organs designed for that function, making them a woman. So, dollar for $2 says the average person has less than 2 legs. I don't know what that means. Thank you for the super chat. I'll get to the other ones right after this.
If you meet a person on the street who only has 1 leg, maybe they had an accident, maybe they were in war, maybe something, maybe they were in a car accident, maybe they had cancer, a leg was cut off. But you know that something went wrong because by their nature, they're supposed to have 2 legs. Same thing for a woman. A woman by her nature can get pregnant. A man by his nature never can. So if you meet a woman of childbearing age, say she's 28 years old, and she can't get pregnant, you know automatically that something has gone wrong. And she can go to the doctor and find out what that thing is, even if they can't fix it. So that proves that women by their nature can get pregnant, because the simple fact that she can't shows you that there's something wrong. This is what is known as the exception that proves the rule. Whereas if a male with a penis can't get pregnant, no doctor on earth is going to run tests to see what's wrong with him, because they already know it's that he's a male, and there's only male and female, those who can get pregnant and those who can't. So that's it.
Well, there you have it. Perfect. I don't have much else to say. Normally I see these clips, I have this commentary. There is nothing I can add to that response. It was perfect. And frankly, I feel like everything I added to the video itself actually lowered the IQ score of just the interaction itself, because nothing I could say the similar things to Matt Walsh, which is something I probably would respond with similar answers. But there's just nothing I can add to that. It is so unbelievably perfect. So comment Matt Walsh W. We love to see it. Can we get W Walsh in the comment section and the live chat here? Hey guys, Vince Dow here. Hope you enjoyed that clip from the Vince Dow Show. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And be sure to check out the Vince Dow Show live every weeknight here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a great show. Many are saying this. So leave a like, check out our other clips, and be sure to check out the show. Yeah. God bless.